up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be once again talking about the Detroit Lions win yesterday against the Washington football team. I just want to address some of the thoughts and comments I've seen out there from Lion Nation, so let's get this started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome everybody to another video. Glad you guys are here. And yes, I thought I would just talk about some of the comments that and just some of the thoughts that I've seen from a lot of Detroit Lions fans, and just really kind of talk about the game again, because what I said in yesterday's video was that I'm not going to go out here and say this was the exact problem, this was what was working, and this wasn't what was working when I just got done watching the football game, because my memory is going to be clouded, right? Just like everybody else's will, just depending on how they saw the game, right? Did you see it in a good light? Did you see it in a bad light? How did you feel about, the coaching staff coming into the game, right? There's all these little factors. So you kind of got to push that out of the way, and you got to go watch it back. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the film yet, but I can watch the broadcast of it back. So I did watch some of that back. I can't watch the film, though, so I really can't show you guys much because of copyright reasons. However, I just wanted to address a couple of the thoughts that I've seen from the Lion community, because some of it just baffles me. I mean, it really does. I just don't understand it, so I just kind of want to address it right now, okay? So I'm just going to address some of the things that I've seen everywhere in Lions Nation, everywhere across social media, and just address some of the thoughts that I've seen, all right? The first one is this. The Lions need to lose games. I don't think I'll ever understand this one. I really don't think I'm going to get this one, okay? And I think it's pretty simple why I don't understand this one. The Lions need to lose games so that they can be better because this team's not going anywhere. Okay, well, do you guys realize that losing football games does not make you a winning team, right? You guys realize that, right? Like, okay, hey, let's lose football games. That way we can get another coach. That way we can restart again. That way that guy can be successful. That way we can have a higher draft pick. I think if that worked, we'd at some point be a good team. Because in the entire Super Bowl era, we've done that a lot. And it's never worked. So, strangely enough, for some reason, I don't have confidence that trying to lose football games, tanking, when you're sitting almost at 500, is the right move. For some reason, I just don't feel like that's the right thing to do. That's not how you build a winning culture. That's not how you build a winning team, okay? You see all these other franchises, and they're like, oh, well, hold on, they just got a new coach, and they're winning games now. That's because they've built a winning franchise before. That's because they've won before, okay? They have a winning culture there. There's something there. They may have had a few down years. That may not have been the right fit for them, but they'll be okay. They'll bounce back. Not in Detroit. At the very least, those teams have went out that have struggled, and they bring in a guy that's been a head coach before, someone that's turned an organization around, someone that has his own way of building, someone that has experience as a head coach, when in reality, most of us want to just go hire another coordinator. If we're going to hire a new coach, do it right. Do it what's been the most successful in the Lions history. Hire someone that's had experience. Hire someone that's turned something around. There has never been good. I don't know where we're just pulling this out of the sky where it's like, oh yeah, hey, we used to be good. Guys, we've won one playoff game in the Super Bowl era. Let me repeat that. No, we haven't even won the NFC North, okay? We've won one playoff game in the Super Bowl era. And all of a sudden we start pointing to, oh yeah, we should lose. That way we can win. We should like winning so much. Now, does that mean, okay, be oblivious to everything that went wrong? Heck no. But man, I don't understand how this can be one of the worst organizations historically in sports when it comes to winning. And when we win games, we're upset because we think we should lose because that'll eventually help us win. Which doesn't make any sense, by the way. That's not how you build a winning culture, okay? Losing games does not build a winning culture, okay? Losing games so you can bring in a new head coach does not work. And you know why? Because we've done it, and it didn't work. I don't understand why people think that, hey, let's just try it again. Y'all always bring up insanity. That is insanity because we've done it 20 times, dude. We've done this like 20 times in the Super Bowl era, and it never works. The only time we won a playoff game is guess how long Wayne Fontes was here. Just guess how long he was here. He was here more than 3. He was here more than 4. He was here more than 5. He was here more than 6. I think he was here for 9 years with the Detroit Lions. That was our most successful coach in the Super Bowl era. But we need to lose. That way we can get a new coach in here. That way we can restart again. Woo! Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Great. Okay, how about this one? Prevent defense. Oh, the Lions played so much prevent. Oh, Matt Patricia, he doesn't know how to adjust. His halftime adjustments are terrible. He just played prevent defense the whole second half, and that's why they gave up so many points. Prevent comes from prevent the win, okay? Prevent defense started on Hail Marys because you're just putting everybody back. You're trying to prevent the win on one play. We didn't play prevent defense. I don't know what people think prevent defense is, but it's not what we were playing. And I can show you multiple screenshots, multiple videos of opportunities for Lions to get off the field. The corners are pressing. We're playing man. We're playing zone. That's not prevent defense. Not only that, okay, this kind of ties into my next one. Oh, Alex Smith, we let him have a career day. Are you guys really surprised this guy had 390 passing yards? I told you guys he would have over 300. Have you not, like, guys, we act like we haven't seen Patricia for 3 years. This guy's been here for 3 years. This is how he plays these types of quarterbacks. Like, I don't know how we didn't see this coming. This is the type of quarterback that we put a dink and dunk quarterback, all right? He's going to run the time possession. They have a questionable kicker. He's going to say, hey, look, take your dink and dunks. We'll go up. We'll make tackles. We're not going to try to press the issue and try to jump and get interceptions. We're not going to give you guys big plays and, let you set up your little fakes and then go deep. You know how many times they tried that and there was nothing there and they had to just dump it away? Because it was never there. The Lions said, hey, look, take your dink and dunks. We'll go up and make the tackle. And in the first half, through 2 quarters and another half of the third quarter, I didn't hear a dang thing about it. I didn't hear, oh, wow, these adjustments are terrible. We're playing prevent defense. When in reality, 4 of their 5 possessions, they were on our side of the field. Scored 3 points. Washington football team had 9 offensive possessions in this game, aside from that knee. I'm not counting the knee because he just took a knee to go to halftime. 9 offensive possessions. The average in an NFL game is 12. They had 9. And that's why 4 of their first 5 drives, they only had 3 points on a field goal, and they got to our territory on 4 of their first 5 drives, right? They only had the ball 9 times. So it was working. The only difference is on those 3rd and 4th downs, you were playing tighter coverage. You were still pressing up. You were still playing man. You just didn't get off the field. There was a dumb flag, the true font, right? There was a couple opportunities where you had a flag that was holding and kept the drive alive. We didn't get the stop on 3rd and 2. It was no different. It's actually pretty much the exact same thing that we saw in week 1 against the Chicago Bears. Okay, we were up 23-6 through 3 quarters against Chicago Bears. All of a sudden, they come back and won that game. But what happened in that game? It wasn't the players not making plays. What happened in that game was we lost all of our cornerbacks, and all of a sudden we had Tony McRae, Darryl Roberts, those guys out there. McRae was just getting gashed, and that's why we lost, because we didn't have any healthy corners, and we didn't have enough time in the offseason to train and get into zone and everything like that. So we had to keep it simple. We played our most man, and we were just getting beat one-on-one. That's what happened. And in this game, we didn't have those injuries. We just didn't get off the field, but it was the same situation. That's why through 2.5 quarters, the defense looked really good. If you continue to get those plays, if you get off the field a couple of times, if you get off the field on that 4th and 13, the game is probably over. The game is probably over. Resulted in a missed field goal. This wasn't all in the first half. This is actually some of the 3rd quarter. A missed field goal, a fumble, a punt, which we got the back-to-back sacks, which pushed them out on the first drive, and a field goal. 4 of their first 5 drives were in our territory. But we played prevent defense. We didn't play prevent defense. We played the same defense, and we had the same opportunities to get off the field like we did in the first half. The only difference was we didn't get off the field. That's why when Matt Patricia came to Detroit, we said, hey, this guy coaches as bend, don't break. We knew this since he came in. This is how he coached things. He gives up a lot of yards, but he tries not to give up points. That's his mentality, especially when he's playing a guy like this, when he's playing a guy like Alex Smith, and he say, hey, take your little dink and dunks, take your little 5-6 yards. You guys can own time possession, but you're not going to score. Once you get down there, we're going to tighten up. You're not going to score. And that's why they only have 3 points, especially with a questionable kicker. The difference is in the second half. And guys, this was, if anything, they were playing tighter, in my opinion. They were playing tighter coverage in the second half, trying to get off the field. The difference is you just didn't. 4th and 13, you're up by 21. You're playing man-to-man across the board. You have J-Ron Chris under tight end like usual, and you're sitting at the sticks. That's how we've always played it. Instead of Chris making the play, it's caught, it's a first down. That's 4th and 13. That's not prevent defense. But if he knocks that down, if he's in a better spot, if he pushes that away, the game's over right there. Pretty much game's over. But we didn't make the play, and they keep it going. That's not a coaching issue. That's not making the play. You got all your guys in a great position, and he didn't make the play. Okay, guess what? They score that drive. How come no one brings up the fact that the offense had back-to-back 3-and-outs? Because our offense wasn't doing anything with the football in that 3rd. I mean, we pretty much fell asleep again. We had back-to-back 3-and-outs, and we put our defense right back on the field. We put no pressure on that Washington football offense. Okay, but we'll stick to the defensive side of things. How about a 3rd and 2, where they had it at about, the 45-yard line, maybe near closer to midfield. 3rd and 2, they hand the ball on the inside, and the Lions think they got the stop. The Lions think they forced the 4th down. They were a couple inches away from getting off the field. But again, they didn't get off the field. It's an opportunity, though. It's an opportunity. How about later that drive? 2nd and 10. He throws a slant. It's tipped up in the air and it's caught by his receiver. It was just so lucky. You want to talk about lucky? That's lucky. That would have been about a 5, maybe 6-yard game. If he catches it, it's 3rd down and 4. Okay, but it's not because it tipped in the air and someone caught it. How about later when we got to that zone defense and Okuda's out there? And what did I tell you guys all week? I'm nervous because if we play zone against Okuda, go watch my defense game plan video. I literally will say this. I don't trust Okuda in zone defense. I don't. So if you're going to play zone, this is the one thing I disagree with Patricia in this game. He should have put Amani out there, in my opinion. Now, does that mean Amani's great in zone? I don't know. I don't really think so. Can't really remember. But I know this. Okuda's not very good in zone. And we've tried to play some cover 3, which isn't prevent, it's cover 3. We tried to play some cover 3, and he was beat in zone. Just like he has been all year. That's just nothing that he's not great at. That's the one thing that I completely disagree with on that drive is putting Okuda in the zone because he's not good at it. He's not good at zone. He's not good being the deep third. He's just not very good at it. He plays too soft in coverage. We've seen it every single week. And here, once again, he got beat. He got attacked. This is why I said, well, I like playing man-to-man defense against this team. Because guess what? You're playing a back quarterback that will move the defenders. And I know Okuda struggles in zone, and he'll attack that all day. We've seen it. And he did. On the 2nd and 9, near a goal line, where we forced an incomplete pass, but a holding call. We get a holding call defensively. It would have been 3rd and 9, but no, now it's a first down. It's an automatic first down because of our holding call. This one, how about a 3rd and 13 where you press up man-to-man? You're playing press man-to-man. That's not prevent defense, and he gave up the first down. They were playing the same defense. It was nothing changed. He played the same defense. The difference is we just didn't get off the field when we needed to. Let's get some credit to Patricia because while I didn't like that he went to zone with Okuda out there, at least then on that final drive, their field goal drive, he went pretty much all man, and there was multiple occasions where we could have got off the field. And I also like this, how when the defense plays well, we love to bring up, well, Unland's actually the play caller. But when you don't like what he does, it's Patricia's defense is terrible. Come on, man, we got to put him in the same boat. I don't understand. No one said a dang thing when we gave up 3 points, but all of a sudden, well, he's playing prevent defense. These examples are prevent defense. None at all. None at all. But that was the Lions' game plan, was to, hey, run out the clock. We have the lead. Take your time. Force the dink and dunks, right? And can have time possession, but you're not going to be putting up touchdowns. We're going to make you settle for field goals if you can make the field goal. That was the game plan. We had multiple opportunities to do it. The problem is we just didn't do it in the second half. They just didn't get off the field. Nothing to do with the defense he was putting out there. Let's bring this one up again. Okay, well, hey, this team's never going to be competitive. We can't be good teams under Patricia. Then how come everybody brings up Caldwell and tells me that the Lions were some kind of, competitive team? Lions were competitive with Caldwell. They won 9 games. You realize we won 5 games against plus 500 teams in 4 seasons that Caldwell's here, right? 5? Okay. We've already won 5 with Patricia. I'm just saying. We've won 5 games against plus 500. And I'm tired of he's only won 13 games in his career in Detroit. He didn't have Stafford for half of a season. Are you serious? Come on, man. And when Stafford's been healthy the last 2 seasons, I think he's now 6-2-1 against below 500 teams. That's not bad. Guys, when you don't have your starting quarterback for half the season and you don't have a backup, yes, it's part of their problem, but it's a big difference. If you take Stafford out for half the season in any of the years under Caldwell, I guarantee you that team looks garbage. They're going to lose every single game. That's why in the last 50 games without Matthew, we've won 6. 6 games we've won in 50. Without Stafford. This is who this team is. We've already discussed this. We've already established that this team is going to rely on Matthew Stafford second half of the season. Did I not make a video saying that? That the final 8 games were going to be on the shoulders of Matthew Stafford. Because that's what we're going to need. And yesterday, he played very well and we won the football game. That's what it's going to come down to. But again, you can't improve, you can't build something, you can't be a winning team, you can't be a winning culture if you just keep restarting. First off, no one's going to want to coach here because you don't even feel like you could make anything happen. You already saw Caldwell get fired after having a winning record in Detroit. They're like, what the heck's going on here? You got to build something, and it starts with winning. You have to win over time. You're not going to wake up one morning and say, hey, we won 15 games. No, it's going to take time. You know why? Because Detroit has never established winning consistently. It's never been established. Beating the teams. Never been established. Wayne Fontes actually been 1 game below 500 in his career here. And then Patricia is the same boat right now. If you keep Stafford, technically he's improving every year. If Stafford plays all last year, by averages, you would have won 7 to 8 games. In his first year, they were 6-10. 7 to 8. This year, they're about to be 500. What if they finish 8-8 this year? That's an improvement. Let the thing improve. Look at the bigger picture. This is what someone said on the podcast, and I think he was right. We want instant gratification so much. We can't look at a bigger picture of anything because we just want it all. They're going to blow out every team. They're going to go win a Super Bowl this year. Let it build, man. It's going to take time. And for those people out there saying, man, we should have kept Caldwell, I wanted Caldwell, all that kind of stuff. You have a right to say that. It's fair to say that, looking at his record. Yes, he didn't beat the good teams. Yes, we didn't really improve statistically anywhere. But okay, you have the right to say there's nothing wrong with saying that. But again, we did the same thing there. We got off to a 1-7 start. And because of that 1-7 start, we started firing people. And all of a sudden, we brought in a new general manager. And that general manager was Bob Quinn. Bob Quinn ultimately was going to go get his guy. Jim Caldwell said that, yeah, he's going to go get his guy. We saw the podcast. Okay, we've already heard from Jim Caldwell. That's what he said. He knew he was just going to go get his guy. So now that you've done that, you can't go back in time. The fact is that 1-7, 0-5 start really hurt him because ultimately that pretty much kind of led to the firing of Jim Caldwell. Okay, part of that is because now you have a new general manager that can make the decision that he wants to, and now he can say, hey, look, I'm going to go get my guy. So now that that's said and done, because, you really can't go back, you have to just take a look at, okay, what's now? What's the present? We can't go back and change the past, but we can change the future, okay? We can do something different for the next 50 years in this organization. It doesn't have to be what we did for the last 50 years. It can be a different future for us. We can try something different. We can stop the insanity in Detroit. We haven't ever built anything, so let's do something different. Let's stop the insanity. Do something different. At least be behind your team. How are you going to say Detroit versus everybody when it's Detroit versus Detroit at this point? Sit behind your team. If you want Patricia gone, I get it. But oh my goodness, be logical with it. None of this is logic at this point. And stop bringing up Caldwell because he's not here and it doesn't even make sense. Okay? Stop telling me that we don't need Stafford to win football games. Okay, I think we established that yesterday.